How are you? So I thought I'd do a quick live and just share with you how you can reduce confusion and get more done in your business. I'm also going to be on Zoom tonight, so it's worth me telling you that. I'm going to be doing a good afternoon, delivering a complimentary session online, just to help some of you navigate what you're doing when it comes to your branding and marketing. And this takes place at 8 o'clock. So if you haven't yet registered, feel free to register. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about overwhelm. I'll share some tips. I'm also going to very quickly send out some information via my newsletter. So if you're on my newsletter, look out for that. And I hope you are having a great week so far. Overwhelm normally kicks in because we're not really clear on what we should be doing, or we have lots of ideas in our head and we can't, pick bits out that we want to focus on. So one of the things I would definitely suggest, if you find that you're overwhelmed, or if you find that you're doing a lot and you can't concentrate, is to either write a list of things that you need to focus on that are absolutely business critical, or take some things off your list and just move that list around and put things in date order, and then tackle each thing on your list when you're able to. Okay? I have to be honest, the people that I work with before they start working with me, they are overwhelmed, because I think a lot of us are consuming lots of different bits of content from different experts that are giving us the same and or different ideas. For example, a very common idea that's thrown around is being live every day, being visible every 5 minutes, sending out DMs to 25 people on LinkedIn, being on Snapchat and LinkedIn and TikTok. And, that in itself would overwhelm me if I was a small business owner. So I guess what I'm saying is, you need to look at your priorities. We need to just remind ourselves every now and then, when you feel overwhelmed, what are your priorities? What do you need to be focused on? And where might you need to get some support? Because I'm quite sure that many of you, including me, have areas for development in your business. And unless we get clarity on those areas for development, again, overwhelm will kick in. So when you're not clear on what you're doing, when you don't have the knowledge, when you seek knowledge but you don't actually take the action, when you're consuming lots of content, when we are, just doing all the things without any real sense of direction or purpose, that is when overwhelm kicks in all honesty. And I have experienced overwhelm a number of times, so I'm speaking from experience here. But I would definitely say, if you want a little bit of homework for today, think about your priorities in terms of where your focus lies and what you need to be doing, because there'll be things that you think are urgent that are not actually urgent. Secondly, make sure that you've given some thought to areas of your business that are perhaps potentially weighing you down, that maybe, budget allowing, you might be able to outsource, and maybe, time allowing, you may be able to spend time learning those areas to develop your knowledge in those areas so that you can do things better and quicker. One of those ways is by, accessing, as many of you do, lots of free tips on YouTube and Google and, all the different resources that are available to us as business owners. But a quicker way, which I learned after 18 months of being in my own business, is that I hired a coach. And I remember I spent £99 a month at the time, and I couldn't even afford it. This is no lie, I couldn't afford it. It was actually the start of my hair journey, because I'd previously been investing lots of money on weaves and extensions for my hair, and I decided that actually building my business was far more important. Therefore, I was going to be making some changes to the way in which I spent my budget. We've all been there, right? We all know sometimes we can overspend or overindulge in things. So I guess it's looking at your priorities and where you want to focus. It's also thinking about your priorities in terms of training needs, your priorities in terms of things you need to do now that are urgent, and just write down 2 things that you want to do in March, 2 things that you might want to learn in March, 2 things that you might want to action in March that have been pending for a long time. Trust me, it will make a big difference to your productivity and the way in which you work, because then when you're focused on those 2 things, I guarantee you'll be able to make mini plans within those 2 things to get you the results you want. So it's so important, if you're overwhelmed, if you're doing a lot, if you feel like, oh my God, my head's about to burst, actually write down 2 things, and maybe even just 1 thing. It may be easier for you to just do 1 thing. Hi, good afternoon. Just do that 1 thing. and think about how you'll tackle that one thing. Some of us need to learn a bit more about various areas of running a business, or systems and processes that we need in our business to make our business run smoother. Some of us need to know a bit more about particular social media platforms, or how to use email, or how to do video, or how to attract the right customers, or how to even pre-qualify customers. There are lots of things that we don't know and understand. But yet some of us still chug on and post lots of content, and we're out here doing the mostest. And I have to be honest, when we think through what we're doing, many of the activities that we're doing, that we spend a lot of time on doing, are not giving us any return on investment. So I just want to remind you today, no matter when you watch this video, and if you watch the video on replay, do let me know. If you've got any questions, let me know. Remember that overwhelm can be easily reduced. One way is with a plan, simple plan. But if you're not someone that's into planning, just take the time to think of 1 or 2 things you want to do in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So 1 or 2 things that you might want to action are urgent, that need doing, that will business critical, that you can do in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and then stay focused on that course. Because some of us work better when we are focused. Some of us work better when we just stay on one social media platform and combine that social media effort with other marketing tactics, rather than trying to do all the things. Again, that's why overwhelm kicks in. So I've got different things available, events, workshops, courses. There's lots of things going on at the moment under Insight2Marketing, all for very different reasons. So if you're a startup and you're not yet clear on how to grow your business or where to get started, I've got a complimentary webinar that you may be able to access depending on when you see this video. If you're an existing business owner and perhaps you need to get help with how to actually coordinate your marketing and start planning, obviously I've got my brand and marketing planner, which many of you are now aware of. Some of you have purchased, which is fantastic. Thank you for making those purchases. It's complimentary shipping, so it's £24 if you're in the UK, and it's packed with ideas to help you with your content and also to help you to get more organized, along with 30 pages of literally like paragraphs of text, and then sort of question boxes, what I call workbook sections, that you can actually go through your brand, your sales strategy, and your marketing tactics, and your visibility techniques, and what you can do to improve your brand and your marketing this year. So it's 52 weeks worth of ideas and content, campaign themes, you know, key dates for your diary. It's all in there, and you can check that out on my brand and marketing planner page, which is on Instagram. So as I said, if you want to reduce overwhelm, you can check out my Insight2Marketing website, Insight2Marketing.com/products. There are also events on that same website, and of course there's a blog, so you can access free content from me with tips and videos to help get you on the right track. What's important is that we reduce this overwhelm that you may be feeling, because the overwhelm is there because you're either doing too much or you've got no clarity on why you're doing what you're doing. All right, so either you get some clarity, or you reduce that list, or you start working with a plan. Either way, I can help you. If you watch this video and you feel like you need some coaching or you need some support, please do check out my client reviews, and also check me out as well, because there's a certain type of client I work with. You've got to be ready to get results. You've got to be someone who's ready to take action and who's going to be coachable. So before you click that button to book a call with me, or before you register interest to do coaching with me, please do make sure you've checked out some of my content and some of my client reviews, so you understand how I work in terms of building people up and also helping your business grow. All right, take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.